Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll bring it out. It's Collier. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback.
First and 10.
They'll run this play from the pistol. On the ground, it's awesome. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
Good timing on the quick out. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
He'll try to do it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Vick. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. It's Coleman. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. Steps out of bounds at the 12-yard line, and just like that, a lightning bolt of energy from the return. Great place to start for this offense. The give on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Scanning the field, it's O'Neal. He caught it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Muscling ahead on third and short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down.
Get set, get set.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires into the end zone. He's got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. It may seem like a really aggressive call, but David, you settle for 3 there. It's like handing a win to the defense.
Yeah, and I like aggressive. Aggressive is good for offenses, and we've seen it time and time again. You get beat when you kick field goals. That's something that you look back, it's a big stat, so I like the aggressiveness to go.
Looks it into his hands and then waltzes it into the end zone. Touchdown. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's Collier. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the snap, it's awesome. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll pull it down and run. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more with...
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. He saw man coverage, and the idea, just get it to my receiver as quickly as I can and let him work, David.
See man and see the cushion and see the guy backed up a little bit. Now I know I can get it to him right now and get a positive gain.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Rides the back on the option, the give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick, the offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
They boot it away. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. First play of the period, first down here. Leaves it with the running back. Hammers his way across the 10, picks up 4 to the 11.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Got it in the middle. It's Collier. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play.
First and 10.
Now this offense is back on the field. Off the play fake on first down. He turns it loose to the left. Catch inside the 25. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. Leaves it with the back. Oh, it's a fumble. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, how about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. To the air, it's O'Neal. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Now, that was a blitz for the middle linebacker. That's one the offensive line should have picked up, regardless of what the pass protection was. Sliding or going base man-to-man or fanning out, you generally always account for the middle linebacker. There's no reason to let him run clean like that.
Fires to the middle. Oh, he can't hang on. Those arms might have favored an alligator there, and it'll be 3rd down.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Defense way over-eager there, and now the entire playbook just opens up before the eyes of this offensive coordinator. He'll take any help you can get with that penalty yardage, but it's still 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the 2nd time. The kick is on its way. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And now this offense will take the field again.
42, Spider. 4.
Back to throw, it's O'Neal. Makes the grab.
And these little slots are so fast, and they can stretch the whole field. They make you just sit back on your heels. They make you nervous, really. But then they break those in-breaking routes where shows his number to the quarterback really quickly and make the play. These slot receivers, they're just so dynamic.
Offense working from the pistol. The lone back's got it. Oh, he's got a chance. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Looking to throw on 1st down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be 3rd down.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
He'll take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. One drive is already ended with a field goal. They'll try to do it again, this time a rather long one from 46 yards out. And his slips just inside that right upright. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Collier.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's got it inside the 30. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
And he made the extra point without problem. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Back to pass, it's O'Neal. Rushes on him. He's got his man. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. The penalty gets back a few, but it's still 3rd and 8. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Has to throw this off his back foot. Oh, it's picked off. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's awesome.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Now on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? From the gun, wants to pass. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
So they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. They take a 4-point lead here in the second.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. All wideouts, no backs.
Pound 55 weak.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there.
Okay, ready? Flag.
Looking downfield, it's O'Neal. Throws for the tight end. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised at this offense.
Turning it on. Lowers those pads. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on 1st down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout by the offense.
And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. He slides that just inside the right upright. That brings them to within 1. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
Ready up. 42 spike.
They keep it on the ground to open the third. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Gets it to him on the screen. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
That's perfectly fine. If I'm a defense, I'm going to give up some yards right there. Play deep, react to shallow. The running back catches the football. I come up. He gets a positive gain, but it doesn't matter because now I won 3rd down and forced him on 4th down.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, ready for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
The give to the tailback. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Moves away as he feels pressure. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They'll run play action. Bring in the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. Right down the boulevard. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Coming out with it, it's Collier. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the offense onto the field again. They'll try the run. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll run the toss. Shakes off the defender. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Might as well give it to him again. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They'll test the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
It's been really hard on this quarterback all game long. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give this defense so much credit because they've done a really nice job on the back end in coverage, but they've also been able to affect his rhythm with a solid pass rush, and you saw it right there getting the sack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And here comes the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line.
42, Spider.
They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's O'Neal. The quick out. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. You can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide open wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return.
1st and 10.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Collier. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They'll give it to the back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as...
And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. All right, and it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Just inside the 35, first and 10 from the 34. Handoff to the single running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Catch in the middle, it's Miller. Finds the finish line for the touchdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
1st and 10.
And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Back to the ground game on the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Running the red zone, it's Alexander. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Gets rid of it. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing. You're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Unleashes to the end zone. right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football, and you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Iowa is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed.
And the returner is stopped.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's taking the shot. He's got it along the sideline. Here he goes. Lean for the wire. Touchdown.
And the defense lets the big tight end get behind him, and you can see it. When he saw his tight end streaking down the field, he knew he had to throw it up in the air, let him go make the play. He does it. Big play for this offense.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Defensively, you got them backed up. There's 2 options that they're going to do. They're going to run the football and be conservative, or they're going to try to take shots down the field. They tried to take a shot. Defense was ready. Nice pass rush. Way to get to the QB and get after that sucker.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got him downfield. Smashes through the tackle. There he goes to the right. The 40. He's at the 30. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
And that is big time. Late in the game that you can trust your quarterback to still throw the football because you know it's only a few more 1st downs, and this one's over. Nice to have a guy like that you can trust.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. They are really clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed. That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. Slams it ahead. Keep it on the ground, and he's in for the touchdown.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Collier. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
1st and 10.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll take a knee as they keep draining the time off that clock, now under a minute to go. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times. And here comes the field goal unit. He'll try to put up the 3-ball from 43 yards away. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were